Batman wasn't meant to lift Mjolnir, but the hammer disagreed. Thor watched helplessly as his own weapon bowed to a mortal. The Avengers thought it was a trick, until lightning answered Batman. In one strike, the sky split and a new god rose. Captain America tried to reason with him. Batman refused to kneel. Iron Man scanned the hammer and found an energy signature not from Asgard. Thor demanded the hammer back, but Mjolnir stayed in Batman's hand. And that's when the Avengers realized Batman wasn't chosen by mistake. Batman remembered the exact second the world tilted sideways. One moment he was standing in the Batcave, alarms blaring about an interdimensional breach he'd tracked for weeks. The next, reality folded inward like a collapsing sheet, dragging him into a tunnel of blinding light. He didn't scream, didn't panic. He calculated. How far? How fast? How survivable? But before he could finish the thought, the ground slammed up beneath him, hard enough to crack the earth where he landed. He pushed himself up slowly, cape torn, armor flickering. This wasn't Gotham. The sky was too bright, the air too clean, and the seismic tremors under his boots didn't match anything Earth had cataloged. And then he heard it, a thunderous crash behind him that shook the mountains. A hammer fell from the sky, not just any hammer. Even Batman, a man who believed in logic above myth, felt the weight of its presence. It embedded itself in the ground like a meteor, lightning still crawling across its surface like living veins. Batman approached cautiously, analyzing its composition with his gauntlet scanner. URU metal, power signatures unlike anything he'd seen. And then he noticed something stranger. The symbols along the rim were glowing brighter the closer he got. As if reacting to him, he stood over the hammer, watching the lightning settle. And for the first time since arriving in this strange world, he felt a pull. Not curiosity, not instinct, something deeper, something that whispered directly into the part of him that had spent his life becoming more than a man. He reached out. The wind stopped. The light bent. Time briefly forgot how to move. Mjolnir flew into his hand with a force that nearly tore his arm from its socket. Batman staggered back as a shockwave erupted outward, flattening trees across the valley. Lightning surged through his armor, but instead of burning him, it wrapped around him like it recognized him, like it welcomed him. His cape flared with a burst of white-blue energy, lifting him slightly off the ground. His lenses flickered as new data flooded into his HUD, atmospheric changes, gravitational anomalies, bursts of cosmic radiation. And then he heard the voice. Not a human voice, not even a god's. Something older, deeper, almost mechanical beneath the thunder. Worthy. He didn't understand it, not yet, but he felt the words settle inside him like truth. Before he could analyze further, the sky ripped open above him. Thor dropped from the clouds like a meteor wearing armor. He landed with enough force to crater the earth. But he didn't even look at the destruction underneath him. His eyes were locked on one thing, the hammer glowing in Batman's hand. That belongs to me, Thor growled, storm clouds forming behind him. Batman didn't raise the hammer defensively. He simply held it at his side, expression calm, analyzing every muscle twitch in the Asgardian stance. Thor stepped forward, the air crackling with fury. Put it down, mortal. Batman remained silent. Mjolnir pulsed. Lightning arced from the hammer, streaking into the clouds, echoing Thor's own thunder. For the first time in his immortal life, Thor hesitated. He had seen unworthy men try to lift Mjolnir. He had seen them fail, collapse, break. But he had never seen the hammer respond like this, like a beacon calling home. Who are you? Thor demanded. Batman. And how did you summon my weapon? I didn't, Batman answered. It came to me. Thor clenched his fists. The storm behind him intensified. This wasn't possible. Odin's enchantments were absolute. Worthiness was a sacred law. And yet the hammer had chosen a stranger from another realm, a mortal with no godly lineage, no divine birthright. Before Thor could unleash a blast of lightning, a red and gold streak shot through the air, landing between them with a metallic thud. Iron Man, his faceplate folded back, as he stared at the readings streaming across his display. His suit flickered with panic. Thor, wait, I'm picking up something wrong. Batman's eyes narrowed. Define wrong. Tony pointed at the hammer. That thing isn't just activated. It's rewriting itself. Thor's eyes widened. Mjolnir, ancient beyond measure, reforged by Odin's own hand, didn't change. It didn't evolve. It certainly didn't glow like a star about to ignite. And yet here it was, lightning coiling around Batman like a living shield. Batman tightened his grip. The moment he did, the ground beneath him cracked as energy surged upward again, stronger than before. Captain America ran up next, shield ready, cautious, but calm. Let's everyone take a breath. We don't know what we're dealing with. I do, Batman said quietly. They all looked at him. The hammer isn't choosing power, Batman continued. It's choosing intent. Thor stepped forward angrily. Mjolnir is the weapon of a god. It does not choose mortals over the sons of Asgard. But even as he shouted, Mjolnir's lightning flared brighter around Batman, responding almost protectively. And for the first time, a flicker of doubt crossed Thor's eyes. Batman glanced at the sky. The portal he came through hadn't fully closed. The energy signature was still active, pulsing in a way that felt familiar, not to Batman, but to the hammer. Whatever pulled him here wasn't random, and Mjolnir knew it. Iron Man ran another scan. His HUD beeped frantically. Guys, the hammer's energy signature is being tracked by something big. Batman already suspected it. He turned toward the rippling sky, lightning swirling around him like a cloak. This started before I touched the hammer, he said. It found me for a reason. Thor's voice lowered, uneasy for the first time. What reason? Batman didn't answer immediately. The storm was building again, but not from Thor, from the sky itself. Something was pressing through, searching, hunting. Finally, Batman spoke. Mjolnir didn't choose me to replace you. He lifted the hammer as lightning spiraled around his arm. It chose me to fight what's coming. The Avengers fell silent. Even Thor felt the shift, the storm recognizing a storm. And as the sky cracked open with a roar that didn't belong to any world they knew, Batman stepped forward, the hammer glowing like a newborn sun. Not a pretender, not an imposter, a new chosen, a new thunder. And the war he was brought here for had just begun. Thor didn't move at first. He just stared at Batman as if the universe had played a cruel joke on him. The god of thunder had spent centuries fighting beside Mjolnir, trusting it, living through it. And now, before his eyes, a mortal, an outsider, was wielding it with a confidence Thor had never seen in any man. But confusion didn't slow the Avengers for long. Iron Man's helmet locked shut again, red HUD symbols flashing warnings at such speed even Tony struggled to keep up. This isn't just energy buildup, he said, circling Batman like a wary predator. Something on the other side is trying to lock onto the hammer. If it succeeds, we're getting visitors we're not ready for. Batman didn't flinch. Then let's make sure they don't get what they came for. Thor bristled. You will surrender Mjolnir. Now, Batman raised the hammer, not aggressively, just enough to show control. The air responded instantly. Lightning cracked through the sky, not from Thor, but from Mjolnir itself, swirling around Batman like living armor. Even Captain America took a step back. Batman's voice remained calm. Thor, ask your hammer why it came to me. Thor clenched his jaw. His instinct screamed at him to take back what was his, but something deeper, the part of him forged by Odin, warned him. Something was wrong, something ancient. Mortal, Thor growled. Do not test my patience. Iron Man hovered closer. Thor, wait. His vitals are stable. The hammer's not harming him. It's sinking with him. Captain America's tone softened. Thor, maybe there's a reason. There is, Batman answered before Thor could. And we don't have time to argue. The ground trembled again, this time deeper, heavier, like a heartbeat the world wasn't built to contain. Iron Man's sensor screamed. Something just made it through the portal. Batman looked at the sky. Then it begins. A dark shape emerged through the rift, silhouette massive. Wrong. shifting like smoke trying to become flesh. Its roar echoed across the mountains, a sound that made even Hulk, arriving late from his jump, look up with a frown. "Big monster?" Hulk asked. "Worse," Batman replied. "It's hunting the hammer." Thor finally understood why the lightning around Batman felt so strange, why Mjolnir had been vibrating since leaving Asgard, why Odin's old warnings had resurfaced in his dreams. This wasn't a random shift in worthiness. It was a survival instinct. Mjolnir wasn't choosing power. It was choosing strategy. The creature tore free of a portal and dropped onto the mountain with enough force to shake continents. Its body was a swirling mass of storm and shadow, eyes like sparks of dying stars, its very presence corroding the air. Iron Man scanned it. I'm getting nothing. Literally nothing. This thing is absorbing data before my suit can process it." Hulk cracked his knuckles. Hulk smashed weird cloud monster. "No," Batman said. Hulk blinked. "No. It feeds on energy. The more power you throw at it, the stronger it gets." Thor's eyes widened. He remembered the old stories, the warnings Odin whispered in fear. "A storm eater." Batman nodded. "And it wants Mjolnir." Before Thor could respond, the creature lunged, faster than anything that size should move. Iron Man fired a repulsor blast to distract it, but the energy vanished into the creature like water into sand. The Storm Eater slammed into the ground where Batman had stood a second earlier. But he wasn't there anymore. Batman shot upward in a streak of lightning, propelled not by technology, but by the hammer itself. Mjolnir dragged him through the air with terrifying ease, lightning arcing behind him like a celestial comet tail. Iron Man stared. He's flying. He's actually flying. Captain America shielded his eyes from the glare. "Thor, could anyone else do that with Mjolnir?" "No," Thor whispered. "Not even me." The Storm Eater roared and swiped at Batman, but Batman twisted midair with unnatural precision, the hammer guiding him rather than the other way around. He slammed Mjolnir into the creature's chest, lightning exploding outward. The monster staggered, but didn't fall. It absorbed half the blast. Thor cursed under his breath. He's feeding it. Batman already knew. He could feel Mjolnir vibrating, screaming warnings into his nerves. He redirected the next surge of lightning upward instead of forward, letting it discharge harmlessly into the sky. Iron Man swooped beside him. "Got a plan?" "Yes," Batman said, "but I need all of you to follow it." Thor narrowed his eyes. "Do not command the Avengers." Batman didn't argue. He pointed at the beast. "It's not after me. It's after the hammer. That means we control the battlefield." Captain America nodded. "What do you need?" "Time," Batman replied. "And space." Hulk grinned. Hulk can give space. Before anyone could stop him, Hulk leaped forward and landed a punch so strong the mountain cracked like brittle glass. The Storm Eater reeled from the physical impact. Hulk wasn't energy. Hulk was raw force. Batman landed beside him. "Good. Hit it again. Hard." Hulk roared and slammed both fists into the monster, sending shockwaves through the valley. The creature didn't absorb the blows, it felt them. Iron Man unleashed sonic disruptors, forcing the beast back even more. Black Widow and Hawkeye arrived at the cliff edge, launching EMP arrows and shock grenades, non-energy based distractions Batman predicted would work. Captain America charged in, shield blazing as he ricocheted off the creature's limbs with perfect precision. For a moment, just a moment, the Avengers fought as one unstoppable unit, and the Storm Eater hesitated. Thor approached Batman, fury simmering beneath his voice. "Tell me why Mjolnir chose you." Now, Batman met his eyes. Because it knew the Storm Eater was coming, and that it needed someone who wasn't powered by magic or energy, someone it couldn't feed from. Thor froze. It made sense in the worst possible way. The hammer had chosen the one warrior who was built from discipline, will, and mortality, not cosmic force. Batman raised Mjolnir again, lightning swirling around him. "I don't have divine power for it to absorb, but I have something it can't predict." "And what is that?" Thor demanded. "Strategy." The Storm Eater turned toward them with a roar, energy shaking the world. Batman stepped forward. "Let's finish this." And as he charged, lightning exploding behind him, the Avengers understood something they never thought possible. Mjolnir hadn't abandoned Thor. It had chosen Batman because the storm needed a mind sharper than its thunder. And the war for this world had only just begun. The Storm Eater wasn't slowing down. Every strike the Avengers landed, every punch from Hulk, every ricochet from Captain America's shield seemed to shake it, but never break it. It wasn't winning by brute strength. It was winning by inevitability. It absorbed the world around it like a living black hole, drinking electricity from the clouds, heat from the air, even sound from every explosion that echoed across the valley. Batman saw it all. He wasn't fighting to overpower the creature. He was fighting to understand it. Mjolnir hummed in his grip, almost impatient, pulsing with warnings in a language Batman didn't speak, but somehow felt. The hammer wasn't begging him to unleash more lightning. It was telling him not to. "Stop attacking with energy," Batman called out. "You're feeding it again." Iron Man cut off a repulsor blast mid-charge. Thor halted a strike that could have torn mountains apart. Hulk looked confused, but followed Cap's signal to pull back. The Storm Eater shifted, its swirling form flickering. It sensed the hesitation. It felt the lack of energy to consume. It searched for a new source, its glowing eyes locking onto Batman once more. "Of course," he muttered. "It wants the biggest battery in the field." Thor stepped beside him, gripping Stormbreaker with rage still simmering. "I will not let that abomination take what belongs to my people." Batman didn't look at him. "You can't stop it with lightning. You'll make it unstoppable." Thor raised his axe anyway. "Then what would you have me use?" "Words. If you can manage it," Batman said dryly. Thor glared, but didn't swing. The Storm Eater surged forward with a roar that sounded like an entire planet collapsing into itself. Hulk pounced first, grabbing onto the creature's mass and slamming it into the ground. The monster struggled, not because Hulk was stronger, but because brute physical force confused it. It didn't understand punches. It didn't understand muscle. It only understood energy. Batman sprinted forward in a streak of lightning that didn't come from the sky, but from the hammer guiding his speed. He leaped upward, spinning Mjolnir once before slamming its handle, not the head, into the Storm Eater's flank. The impact cracked the creature's swirling body like glass under too much stress. It screamed. Hulk grinned. "Batman hurts Storm Ghost." "It's not a ghost," Batman said, landing beside him. "It's a predator, and predators can be trapped." Iron Man flew overhead, his scanners recalibrating. "If it's feeding on all energy, maybe we can overload its sensory structure. Reboot its instincts long enough to contain it." "Contain," Black Widow shouted. "With what?" Batman raised Mjolnir, watching it glow, not with lightning, but with memory, with the only thing it fears. Thor turned sharply. "The hammer." Batman nodded. Mjolnir was forged with a fragment of pure storm that the Storm Eaters could never consume. It's the only power they can't devour. "And how do you know this?" Thor demanded. "Your father told me," Batman replied. Thor froze. When the hammer chose me." There was no pride in Batman's voice, just truth. The hammer had shown him flashes of Odin's past, secret battles no one on Earth or Asgard had ever heard. Odin had survived a Storm Eater once, and had imprisoned it in a pocket realm sealed within the ancient magic of Mjolnir. This creature was another one, an older one, stronger. Iron Man lowered to ground level. "Batman, whatever the hammer shared with you, give us the plan." Batman looked at the swirling mass regenerating in front of them. "We don't kill it, we cage it." The Storm Eater rose, now angrier than before, forming tendrils of darkness that lashed out like whips. Captain America blocked two with his shield. Another tore the cliffside apart. Batman stepped forward, breathing slowly. The storm responded to him like a living beast bowing to its rider. Mjolnir glowed brighter, then dimmed. Thor's eyes widened. "What is it doing?" "Conserving power," Batman said. "Waiting." "For what?" Iron Man demanded. "For a moment the creature can't adapt." The Storm Eater lunged again, this time forming a giant maw aimed at Hulk. Hulk braced himself, slamming both fists together in a thunderclap. The shockwave pushed the beast back. Batman leaped upward, hammer trailing behind him. He brought it down, handle first again, on the creature's head. The strike stunned it, just enough for the Avengers to regroup. Captain America moved beside Batman. "Tell us what to do." "Thor," Batman said, "I need you to stop using lightning entirely." Thor scowled. "You asked me to abandon the storm. I'm asking you to survive." The honesty in Batman's voice broke through Thor's pride. Thor lowered Stormbreaker. Iron Man hovered above them. "What about me? Should I stop using energy too?" "No," Batman said. "You're going to give it all the energy you can." Tony coughed. "That's the opposite of your entire lecture." "It's not about starving it anymore," Batman said. "We need to force it to change form, to overextend, so it stops absorbing and starts stabilizing." Cap understood immediately. "You want a solid." Batman nodded. "So solid that it can't escape what I'm about to trap it in." Iron Man fired a beam, not a concentrated blast, but a wide, unstable surge that overloaded the Storm Eater's senses. The creature spasmed, its swirling form thickening, growing heavier. Hulk slammed into it again, and this time it didn't phase through him. It crashed to the ground. "That's it," Batman said. "Keep hitting it. Keep changing its state." The Avengers unleashed everything non-energy they had. Hulk's fists, Cap's shield strikes, Widow and Hawkeye's suppressive assaults. Each hit made the creature more solid, more defined. Iron Man's beam continued destabilizing it from above. Finally, Batman stepped forward, Mjolnir humming in a deep, resonant tone. Thor realized what he was preparing. "You intend to imprison it within the hammer itself." Batman didn't deny it. Odin left a lock he could not open, but Mjolnir has chosen a new key. Thor stepped closer. "If you do this, mortal, the storm will change you." It already has. Mjolnir erupted with ancient runes glowing brighter than any lightning the world had ever seen. The Storm Eater thrashed, sensing the trap closing around it. "Everyone back!" Batman shouted. They obeyed. Batman swung Mjolnir in a wide arc, not to strike, but to create a vortex of pure anti-storm. The runes expanded, forming a sphere around the creature. The air shattered like breaking glass as the hammer opened the pocket realm inside itself. The Storm Eater shrieked, pulling the mountains toward it with gravitational suction. Batman held on, cape whipping violently, muscles burning as the hammer anchored itself to his very bones. "Batman now!" Iron Man yelled. Batman slammed Mjolnir into the ground. The runes snapped shut. The sphere collapsed. The Storm Eater vanished. Silence fell across the valley. Batman rose slowly, lightning fading from his eyes. The hammer lay still, but its glow remained steadier than ever. Thor approached him, pride and grief in equal measure. "You did what even gods could not," he said quietly. Batman looked at the hammer. "No, Mjolnir did." Thor's jaw tightened, "and it chose you to wield its burden." Batman closed his fist around the handle. "No," he corrected, "its purpose." And far above them, the sky trembled, because the Storm Eater was not the last threat coming. The valley was quiet, but it wasn't peace. It was a kind of silence that comes after a bomb, but before the smoke clears, a pause the world takes before deciding whether to collapse or keep standing. Batman felt it in the air, in the weight of Mjolnir resting against his palm, in the faint vibration running along the hammer's handle. The Storm Eater was gone, sealed inside the pocket realm Odin created. But the hammer wasn't celebrating. It was warning him. Iron Man touched down beside him, faceplate retracting. His expression carried more questions than relief. "Tell me you didn't just trap a cosmic predator inside your weapon like it's a pokeball." Batman didn't answer immediately. He was listening to the hum inside the hammer, the same hum he'd felt since the moment it chose him. "It's contained," he said finally. "For now." Captain America approached slower than the others, reading Batman the same way he read battlefields. That didn't sound reassuring. "It wasn't meant to," Batman replied. Thor walked across the cracked ground toward them, Stormbreaker dragging behind him. He looked diminished, not weaker, but heavier, as if the battle had taken something from him that wasn't strength. He stopped in front of Batman, staring at Mjolnir with a mix of grief and bewilderment. "In all my years," Thor said quietly, "I have never seen Mjolnir behave this way." Batman met his eyes. "Because it's never been hunted like this." Thor's jaw tightened. "Odin never told me the Storm Eaters still existed." "He didn't tell anyone," Batman said. "He buried the truth inside the hammer. And when it sensed another coming, it found the one person it could bond to without feeding it." Iron Man exhaled sharply. "A guy with no powers. Great." Batman didn't correct him, but the look in his eyes made Tony stop joking. Something else was coming. Something bigger. The hammer pulsed again, faint but urgent. Hulk lumbered over, still catching his breath. "Big storm ghost gone." "For now," Batman repeated. Widow pointed to the sky. "Then why is the portal still open?" Everyone turned. The rift that had pulled Batman into this universe still trembled above the mountains. Not sealing, not shrinking. It was stabilizing, strengthening. Captain America moved instinctively into a defensive stance. That portal should have collapsed when the creature came through. "It didn't come for the portal," Batman said. "It came for the hammer." Iron Man's voice dropped. "Then whatever's holding that portal open isn't done." The wind shifted unnaturally, pulling inward toward the rift. The clouds twisted. The air crackled, not with lightning, but with something colder, sharper. Thor's eyes widened. "This is not the Storm Eater." "No," Batman agreed. "This is something worse." A silhouette emerged inside the portal, tall, armored, monstrous in its stillness. Not storm and shadow like the creature before. This was structured, intelligent, purposeful. A being shaped like a warrior, but forged from pure cosmic rage. Iron Man's HUD struggled to lock onto it. "I'm not getting a reading. No heat signatures. No energy patterns. It's like the universe refuses to acknowledge it exists." Batman raised Mjolnir. The hammer trembled, not in fear, but in recognition. "It's not another Storm Eater," Batman said. "It's the one that created them." Thor's face drained of color. The primordial storm. A rumble rolled through the mountains, not sound, but pressure, like the world bowing under a presence older than thunder itself. Captain America stepped closer to Batman. "Tell me you have a plan." "I'm working on it." The primordial storm stepped through the rift, every movement bending reality around it. Its voice wasn't heard. It was felt inside their bones. "Release what is mine." Mjolnir flared violently, lightning bursting from its runes as if rejecting the command. Batman didn't lower the hammer. He stepped forward. "You want the Storm Eater?" Batman said. "You'll have to take it." The mountains shook, the sky burned, and the real war finally started. The moment the primordial storm stepped fully into the world, everything changed. The air thinned, gravity tightened. The light around the Avengers warped as if space itself was terrified. Batman felt Mjolnir grow heavier, not because the hammer feared its creator, but because it was preparing for what was coming. Iron Man floated beside him, voice tense. "If that thing created the Storm Eaters, how do we stop it?" Batman didn't blink. "We don't stop it. We outsmart it." Thor stepped forward, Stormbreaker humming with unstable electricity. "Batman, this foe is beyond gods." Even Odin trembled before its name. "Good," Batman said. "Fear makes people predictable." The primordial storm raised an arm, and the mountains bowed under its presence. The rift behind it expanded, tearing the sky like fabric. Its voice rolled through the valley, shaking loose boulders and collapsing ridges. "You carry what belongs to me. Release it." Mjolnir vibrated violently, lightning crawling across Batman's arm. He tightened his grip. No, the primordial storm didn't rage. It didn't attack. It simply reached, and the universe dimmed. A tendril of pure storm essence twisted toward Batman, tearing apart every atom it passed. Captain America hurled his shield to deflect it. The shield shattered in midair like glass. Hulk leapt, roaring, slamming both fists into the storm flesh. The shockwave blew him backward. So far, Iron Man had to intercept his fall. Thor roared and charged, Stormbreaker raised high. The axe struck the primordial storm's body and dissolved into sparks before it touched skin. Thor collapsed to his knees, the weapon flickering in his hand as if suffocating. Stormbreaker cannot harm it, Thor breathed, stunned. It's not meant to, Batman said, stepping in front of him. But Mjolnir can. The hammer pulsed again, this time not in fear, but in resistance. Batman understood immediately. It's not stronger than you, he whispered to the hammer. It just made you forget that. The primordial storm extended its arm again. This time, Batman didn't move. He let the tendril approach, let the air around him collapse. When it was inches away, he swung Mjolnir, not with power, but with precision. The hammer's runes ignited. The pocket realm inside it pulsed. The Storm Eater trapped within screamed, reacting to its creator's presence. And that was the opening Batman needed. Iron Man's eyes widened. You're going to use the Storm Eater against it. Batman didn't look back. I'm going to use what it fears most, its own offspring. He slammed Mjolnir into the ground. The runes burst open. The pocket realm cracked, not enough to release the Storm Eater, but enough to let its essence leak out. A burst of anti-storm energy tore across the battlefield. The primordial storm staggered, recoiling for the first time since stepping into the world. Thor's eyes widened. By the Norns, it fears its children. No, Batman corrected. It fears losing control. The primordial storm drew back, gathering cosmic winds, so violent the mountains peeled away like sand. Earthquakes split the valley. Lightning formed a cage around the sky. Batman tightened his grip on Mjolnir. Now, Iron Man unleashed a destabilizing blast, not energy, but a frequency meant to disrupt the storm's structure. Hulk slammed the ground, generating shockwaves that pushed the primordial storm's form backward. Thor, reclaiming his resolve, summoned a final bolt of lightning, not to strike, but to channel into Mjolnir. The hammer shone brighter than a star. Batman leapt upward, lightning swirling around him like a living cloak. The primordial storm reached to crush him. Batman brought the hammer down. The blast wasn't loud. It was absolute. A dome of pure anti-storm erupted outward, swallowing the primordial storm's body. Its form cracked, fragmented, dissolved like shattered glass, swept into a singularity. The rift above collapsed with it, imploding into a point of silent darkness before blinking out entirely. The world fell still. Batman dropped to one knee, Mjolnir dimming gently in his hand. Thor approached him slowly, reverently. You have done what no god, no warrior, no king ever could. Batman stood, breathing hard but steady. Mjolnir didn't choose me to wield thunder. It chose me to end the war Odin never finished. Iron Man touched down, shaking his head. So what now? You staying in our world? Batman looked at the hammer, then at the sky where the rift once was. The portals closed. I can't go back. Captain America put a hand on his shoulder. Then you're not alone. Thor nodded. Batman, wielder of Mjolnir, welcome to the Avengers. Batman didn't smile, but the thunder behind him did.